Homicide Gang is a duo group composed of Homicide Bino, whose real name is Keon Thomas, and Homicide Michi, also known as Demetrius Chapman. They grew up in Zone 6 of Atlanta, affiliated with DTE Gang, which is a blood subset, but when the founder of DTE, Trouble, passed away, the gang was split into multiple hybrids, Homicide being one of them, which was run by Problem Child, who is referenced quite a bit in Homicide Gang's music. Since Playboi Carti is also affiliated with Homicide, but just not as much as Bino and Michi, he immediately signed them to Opium in 2021 when he heard their song SSN. It was also recently found that they have never even had a regular job and went straight into making music.
First job I had, straight out the truck, straight out the block. Ain't punch no clock.
Some of their most popular songs include Lifestyle and Uzi Work. Ken Carson, whose real name is Kenyatta Lee Frazier Jr., was born on April 11, 2000, and grew up in Atlanta. In his early teens, he dropped out of school. He was then sent to a military academy at 15, but was expelled after just 3 months for violating the no phones policy. In 2015, he joined 808 Mafia and started releasing music on SoundCloud in 2017. After getting some popularity in the underground rap scene for a few years, Playboi Carti signed him to Opium in 2019, which made him the first member of Opium. Some of his most popular songs are Yale and Fighting My Demons. Bobby Wardell Sandamane III was born on July 30th, 2001, and grew up in Atlanta. His dad is actually the rapper I-20, who was signed to Ludacris's label, Disturbing the Peace. Lone is Liberian and grew up with 2 younger half-sisters and an older half-brother. He was homeschooled by his grandmother during middle school, however he later reintegrated into public high school, where he battled Xanax abuse. He began creating music at age 14 as a producer, working on tracks in his school's studio and collaborating with friends like Texaco and Nezus, which resulted in the project Nezus Destroyed. However, after taking an actual music production class in high school, he discovered that he enjoyed rapping and creating lyrics a bit more. Playboi Carti signed him to Opium in 2021 after he heard his track, Oh Yeah. I got money out of bed. Let me try it, rest on his head. Some of Lone's most popular songs include No Stylist and If Looks Could Kill. Playboi Carti, also known as Jordan Terrell Carter, was born on September 13, 1995. He grew up with one brother in Atlanta and Riverdale, but went to high school at North Springs High School in Sandy Springs. In his teens, he was almost dead set on becoming a professional basketball player. However, he quit after an argument with his coach. He frequently skipped school to smoke or work at his job at H&M. Despite this, he did manage to graduate high school, but barely. He started making music in 2011 on SoundCloud under the name Sir Cartier. However, in 2013, he rebranded as Playboi Carti. In 2014, he met Ethereal, who convinced Carti to join the group Alpha Records. He continued to slowly gain fame and collaborate with other artists, and then in 2016, he was signed to AWGE Records by A$AP Rocky. Then, in 2017, he released his self-titled mixtape, and in 2019, he founded Opium, and we all know how it's been from there. Apollo Red is from Atlanta and is actually a cousin of Playboi Carti. He is the first artist to be signed to Young Vamp Life Records, evident in his discography on Spotify. YVL Records seems to be a sort of sub-label of Opium. However, he is on the Antagonist 2.0 tour with all of the members of Opium. All other information about Apollo Red is pretty unknown.